tanks, or back here rather, and then you have like a small force of Marines up here. Now, of course, this is after you get reinforced, so you'll actually have like this force attacking these tanks back here, and then you'll have a bunch of Marines and then even more tanks back here to defend that. So you're actually going to be sprinting forward with like the same amount of units. It'll just be like a second later, and that'll just help you a lot. So now your tanks will get surrounded, they're on the siege, and they're just going to die. And yeah, so now your Marines, they don't, the tanks are dealing the damage, the Marines are absorbing it. So I mean, your Marines are actually absorbing quite a bit. You're not doing a lot of damage right now, but now here comes your reinforcements. So yeah, that could have gone a lot better. That actually could have gone like 3 times better if you just kept your tank sieged up and waited for reinforcements. Alright, so now you're coming forward, taking this out, sieging up there. Creep tumors are still intact, which means those roaches can just sprint forward to that tank. Gotta be careful of that. And now you're taking out all the good stuff. Oh, bait. I'm blowing up everything. Alright, well, it kind of happens. I'd say when you have those few units, like you just killed off some of his guys, don't keep your guys around to do as much damage as possible. Pull them back to like here, to like the good spot. Get reinforced, and then you can push forward again. Of course, this creep tumor should not be there, so you could actually just pull back, and then your reinforcements should be coming in from the left. So they should meet about here, and then you can push forward and siege up here. So, anyways, continuing on, drones have been pulled off, and Zerg is pretty much screwed at this point. He has no minerals, tons of gas. Kind of bad in that regard for him. You have a ton of minerals, small amount of gas. That's not a huge deal since you're mainly producing Marines. So, alright, so now you add on some more barracks. Could have been a little bit sooner, not a big deal at this point. I mean, you're going to make mistakes at this point just because it's late game. It's like you got so much going on, you can't really think about everything at once. I understand that. But if you're able to, just produce them a little bit sooner, Speeding this up, you got an expansion going on. Very nice. I'd like to see these sieged up. If they're going to be in the middle, have them sieged. Sieged and spread out. Don't have them just sitting there because that's just begging to die. So now you siege up. Kind of a bad siege. And your opponent just leaves. Alright, well, just for the record, I don't know if you know about the shift command, but in case you don't, you double-click your tanks, or, okay, let's say this is your control group right now. You have everything selected. Your Marines are by your tanks or whatever. You're about to siege up. I think most players would just, like, tab over to the tanks and then hit the E button to siege up, right? I would say don't do that. I would say you have your guys in the big ball, right? So, I mean, you want to select a couple tanks, hit E, or actually what you could do is have all of them selected, click here, click up here to have your tanks go there, hold shift, click down here to deselect one tank, click down here, hit E to, and then okay, I told you wrong, you gotta actually, I forgot. Okay, so you click up here, hold shift, or yeah. Hold shift. Okay, I'm sorry. You click up here, you hold shift, hit E, to siege up. You deselect one, and then click or let go of shift. Click down here, then put shift on again, hit E, deselect one. This seems like a big bother, but this is actually going to have a really nice effect. And after you do it a few times, you can get faster and faster, and it'll actually be really nice. So then you just put one here and here and here and here, and just have like a nice siege going. A lot of Terran players will probably just be lazy and not do it, but that'll just help you out a lot. I don't know, there's other ways to do it, but that is one way. That's how I do it. Likewise, you just, you could select one tank, move it up, hit E, select one tank, move it down, hit E. That might be a little bit faster, I'm not 100% sure, but, it is what it is. Alright, so we do have one last game here. I've been kind of trailing on a lot today. I apologize, but I when I see this kind of stuff, when I see like something that I'm like, oh, this is like a good point to go over. Like I really want to nail it, so you guys understand, so you guys like get what I'm saying, and so you guys get the most out of my analysis. All right, so this game is another Terran against, or it's actually a Zerg against Terran. We have the one who has spawned as our red Terran. He spawned at the left-hand side, and we have Carbon Trace, who is our viewer today, spawned as our blue Zerga. So we are doing a Zerg portion today. It is the same matchup, looking at it from the other end. So we'll see how this goes. It is Antigua Shipyard. People on the ladder are apparently very funny, but some good BM. Yeah, certain days you just get on, like, people are just in a bad mood, they just give you a lot of shit. It happens, it's Battle.net. You know, so it's like raining outside, so everyone's in a bad mood type of thing. So whatever, you know, it's good those days sometimes. Speed it up a little bit. Let's see when you get stuff. Looks like you're in 9, or okay, never mind. Okay, you got 9 Overlord. That's good. Overlord's going out. He's going to the expansion, which is good. Got your other Overlord going across the map. Good. Just for the record, if you don't want to be cheesed ever, you want to scout a little bit earlier. I just want to make note of that. Because then you can see, oh, he doesn't have a barracks at his base. Oh, okay, he's probably got a barracks at my base. You know, it's just, you know, whatever. If you want to just lose the cheese and say, okay, you know what, if you cheese me, I don't care. That's actually really cool of you. I respect that a lot. But at the same time, if you want to just, you know, get better overall, that's something you might want to consider. Yep, you found him. Okay, now he's coming back. Nice little move on Terran there. Spine pool's going up after the hatch. You got your extractor at a pretty good time. It looks like pool and then extractor, which is fine. Alright, looks like you got a larva, not a big deal. You got an overload coming out, very nice. I'm just going to have these two things selected since these are the production buildings. Just want to see how much larva you have. Okay, here's a transfer. And this is actually something that I do, that I want to say that probably isn't the best idea. Like, okay, right now we have how many larvae? We have 3 larvae. We don't really have money to use those larvae, and we're transferring drones. Let's make sure the overload's gone. Oh, okay, the overlay is gone. All right, so we're transferring drones when we don't have much money and we have larvae, which is what I do. I just do it out of instinct, like, oh, my hatchery's done, let's transfer some drones. You know, that's fine, but at the same time I feel like it could be a little bit better if we transfer the drones, meaning you and I, like a little bit later after we use the larva. Then we could actually use the larva sooner and get more drones sooner, and that'll just give you more money for later on. So transferring right away isn't always the best. Now of course this isn't like super saturated, so I mean you are going to lose a little tiny bit of money, maybe like 5 minerals, if that, you know. Like it's gonna be, it's not even an amount that really matters. But yeah, you could just spend that and get more drones out, which should actually give you more money than that little bit that you lost. So doing it right away is not really the best, I don't think. Alright, so anyways, Terran's doing a switch off, going to be doing Hellion reactor. Let's see, what do you see? Okay, so you did see the reactor. Let's see, did you see the... Okay, you didn't see the gas, that's fine. If you see the reactor, that's enough. You scouted at the precise time. Alright, so you're responding with a Roach Warren. Alright, this is what I've noted before in my previous analysis. I think it was like episode 1, or maybe it was 2. Zerg players will say, okay, he's going Hellion reactor, I need to get roaches at X time. So we get the gas. Looks like he could have gotten the... Well, okay, if you got the speed, it'll actually be okay. But I just want to make note that this is actually a lot of gas 5 minutes in. A lot of freaking gas. Try to spend it. If you have 200 food or 200 gas, that means that's a lot of minerals that could have been spent on drones. Personally, I'd like to go for the spine crawlers, but if you want to go Hellion, or if you want to go Roach, that's fine. Just be careful. I mean, you don't really... If you're going Roach, you don't really need the speed right away. If you're not getting the speed right away, you don't need 200 gas for roaches. You can just get like 3 roaches and be perfectly fine, and then take guys out of gas even if you wanted. You know, so just try to get more minerals, because that's how you get more drones early on. Getting drones early on will let you get even more drones later on, and get up a huge army later on. Just, you know, like the early game drone production is the biggest deal. You know, you don't need to be saving gas. So I mean, it looks like he's not getting his speed yet. Just getting some roaches. Alright, so I don't know if this was just like a mistake in strategy, or like if he was thinking, okay, I want to go speed, but then, oh, I need roaches too, so let's get some roaches and speed. But I'd say just don't even worry about it. You don't need both. This is actually a lot of roaches too. So I mean, you don't really need this many roaches against, like, look at this. He's even going Banshee. So I mean, these Hellions are coming out now. They do have the 4 Hellions out, but alright. So you're gonna be pushing forward with the Hellions. That's actually pretty nice. But at the same time, the Banshee follow up is gonna deny these roaches from actually doing a lot of damage. And same with that bunker. So I do like this. I do like that you're pushing out now that you do have all those. Ooh, nice little pick there. Getting your, you don't really need a circling speed once again. So I mean, you don't really have a lot of drones for 7 minutes in. This is actually really small. You could have yeah, at least like 35 drones. But yeah, you're gonna be feeling really safe with that. If you want to just keep doing that, that's fine. But I mean, if you could tweak it a little bit, it might be a little bit better. But it looks like you're actually going to be able to do some okay damage. Yeah, and then at this point you kind of want to retreat, but you can't because of the Banshee, and it's just going to kill you if you do run away. Yeah, just like this, and yeah. So yeah, all those roaches, yeah, you tried to do some damage. You didn't really do any damage. I just want to point that out. Do not attack in here and lose all your guys like this. You know, you see a Banshee, you're like, okay, I can't really retreat, and I'm not really doing any real damage, so it feels really disgusting. If you just keep a couple roaches up here, maybe one here and one down here, you can attack this supply depot. Send the rest back home. The Banshee is probably going to want to kill off the roaches going after the supply depot. Just a nice way to get you guys back home safely. But anyways, Banshee is out here. Looks like the Queen was... Oh, the Queen's over here. Alright, so you're doing that. Queen's got to get back to the Spore Crawler. So very good time on the Spore Crawler. You had that Evolution Chamber up at a very good time. And yeah. Actually, I do like this position of the Evolution Chamber as well. Just constricting space a bit. The Spore Crawlers keep moving around. That's cool. That's cool. That's something I need to do more, just move them around a little bit. Banshee, 6 kills, 0 kills, alright. Hellions are out. He actually has a ton of Hellions here. No Blue Flame, just tons of Hellions. He could really get the Blue Flame right now, but whatever. Alright, so at this point you pretty much want to be expanding. You know, your expansion is going to be later than mine since you went for the roaches. Alright, so, okay, you got a macro hatch going. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Actually, yeah, I'd say maybe even produce another Queen. Now, this is more strategic, so, I mean, I don't want to, like, force you to do this, because you can do your own strategy, but I would say try to get this hatchery up over here, and then to deal with the Banshees, you know, you have your lair now, so you can get an Overseer, and use a couple of Queens and defend it that way. You know, you just try to get it up a little bit sooner, so that, you know, I mean, it's not that, oh, he has an expansion over here, so I needed my third. It's just like for me, it feels like the expansion's super late because you don't have it yet, and it's like 11 minutes, 12 minutes. It's gonna be like 12 minutes, and then you get it maybe. So just get a little bit sooner, And then let's see, are you going Mutos? Not yet. Just add on a Baneling Nest. Okay, good timing on that as well. Baneling Nest could be here, but if he's going tanks, then that's not going to be awesome at all. So you're going after the Hellion with your Zerglings. Alright. For the record, if you're going to be microing them, like I can tell that you have them selected this whole time. If you're going to be microing them, then take half your Zerglings and try to, like, have half of them, like, 1A the Hellion, right? And it's like running in circles, right? So I mean, you can have your other Zerglings try to cut him off. Like, that's gonna, like, he's gonna be doing less damage, and you're gonna be doing more faster. Okay, now he has his Banshees there, so you gotta kind of do something with them. So you're checking the fronts. For the record, try not to check the front with all your Zerglings, because that was like 8 drones that could have been drones, or 8 Zerglings that could have been. You know what I mean? A bunch of drones that could have been made. With that in mind, you know, you just don't want to be losing your guys. Even if Zerglings feel like they're nothing, but seriously, they add up to something. Especially a whole bunch of them like that. So, careful. Alright, Overseers are coming out. So looks like you're getting 2, which is totally awesome. I like that. You know, players try to sneak by, or try not to get as many Overseers as possible. To get like 1. Try to like bounce between all the bases. Just get another one, you know, it's not like a big deal. They're only $50 and 50 gas, so whatever. Alright, so yeah, right now, since you have this creep spread all the way up here, and you have your Overseers out, and you even have an Overlord spotting up here, definitely take this. Alright, so you are taking it. Try to take it sooner. It's 13 minutes in. Try to take it at like 10. Now, of course, since we're getting this up here, like if you're getting up a hatchery here, do not get up another hatchery here at that time if you're going for these roaches. Try to get your drones, and then yeah, you can get this up at 10 and then expand here at maybe like 11, 12. Or maybe this would be up at 9. I mean, it really depends. You gotta check your drones, see what's going on with that. You could have done it like really well. I could have just, you know, I'm just giving you a hard time maybe. But yeah, try to get up a little bit sooner. Things like that will help you out significantly. Alright, so you got a bunch of Hellions out here and a few tanks. So yeah, actually Terran's going pretty heavy on the mech and Banshee. That's kind of strange. Mech and Banshee, that's just totally screwed up. Alright, so he has a bunch of Banshees out here. For the record, if he's going Mech and Banshee, like, Mutas are actually a good call. And it looks like you got the Banelings just saying like, oh, he's probably going, you know, transitioning into Marine tank. That's fine. You know, that's good, but you know, doesn't mean you can't go Muta or something like that. So I mean, just do whatever you want. Just have the Baneling nest just in case, and then get whatever else you want. So okay, you got the expansion up. You've been taking some heavy damage. I wish the creep was up here too. You have good spread down here. I'd like to just see it up here. Just have queens around, you know. You see a bunch of Banshees, just add on a bunch of queens, you know. That's gonna be awesome. But yeah, now that he has a starport with a tech lab, I would not suggest burrowed roaches. I mean, it's gonna work out right now, and it might keep working out really well. But if he has his tech lab, he might just be able to get a Raven really quickly. So, you know, that's kind of a play where you want to sneak in there a little bit, catch him off guard. Let's see, does he have any turrets? No turrets, because he saw no roaches. Or, I mean, no mutas. So busting this down. Very nice. I like this a lot. Bust that down. You. Its only anti-air right now is this one Thor. Mutas would be so kick-ass right now. And you have the gas for it. I mean, right now you kind of need. If you have so much gas like this. Okay, you went Infestor. That's actually really cool. I was gonna say, if you're just adding on roaches and banelings and things like that, you're gonna have a ton of gas saved up if you have 4 extractors. So yeah, I'm glad to see that you're doing that. You got drops, which is pretty awesome. Just for the record, I would not. Well, okay, whatever. There's big armies there. You can't really drop there. I was gonna say, just because you see one Thor doesn't mean you should like not drop there or drop at all. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, that is awesome. That is awesome. Like Zergling's coming in here, doing a nice counterattack. You know his army is here because you saw it with that Overseer, right? It's like, oh, his army's not going to be over there. It's out of position. I'm just going to run into his base and do some good damage. And then once he sees my big army, he's going to move his army from here to defend this. So say, oh, I'm going to drop in some roaches. That is awesome. I like to play a lot. Now you do have a lot of gas. I do want to, you know, tell you to, you know, be mindful of that. Now you're doing some good damage up here. It looks like the Hellion just like, you know what? I got a counterattack. I don't even know where the heck is he going. Why would you send him? Like, I don't know. Like, this is a huge blunder on his part. I think maybe he meant to click in his main and just sent him up there. That's kind of funny. But yeah, your Zergling's wrecking havoc. And your roaches, what happened to your roaches? They much all died on those tanks. That's fine. That happens when it happens. Either way, you're doing some really freaking nice damage here. You're gonna maybe pick off that barracks and supply depots. It's good to have them spread out, but at the same time, if you have like a building that's almost dead and it's knocking down like this factory, try to get your Marines or your Zerglings over there to kill it off. But since they're over here killing this supply depot, that is actually really nice as well. Alright, so now you got some dudes over here loading up. Alright. Cool. You had the Overlords sticking around to... Actually, let's see who those guys were. This is pretty exciting. Was it just another drop, or was it like... Oh, okay, you just rolled right in here. Yeah, that's cool. And you have the overlords there to just like, hey, you're over here going to be threatening these roaches. I'm just going to get them out of there, you know? However, this is the one thing. The one thing. Expand behind this. How awesome would that be if you had this already done? Like, okay, you plan to do this. Okay, let's go back a bit, so you know the timings for it. All right, so you got roaches here, breaking it down. You're producing some more roaches. It looks like you have a ton of Zerglings back here. All right, so you're forcing his army up here. Very nice. And you had that overseer. You know, if you sacrifice an overseer like that, that's fine. I actually like that. I wish it was an overlord instead of an overseer, but what are you gonna do? That's actually pretty awesome. You know, 50-50 last second. Okay, so right now, expand. Money, expand. Just because otherwise, this is actually somewhat of an all-in play right here, like a 2-base all-in. And if for some reason this was shut down, like if, for example, like let's say he had a bunch of units here, and so you try to run by here, and it just turns out he has like 8 Hellions just sitting here that were just built, and you're not able to get in there. Like, it would be nice to have an expansion going up, you know, and just having that extra hatchery going. Hell, even double expand if you want, you know. The only thing is if you double expand and this doesn't do some good damage, then you're going to be yeah, now you got some roaches are being cleaned up here, and then you got some more roaches coming in. Creep spread's pretty good, so I mean they're able to sprint across the map pretty fast. So yeah, I like this play a lot. This is pretty darn awesome. Apparently this is like diamond level play. This is actually really nice. I expected a little bit different of a game here, but that's kind of the nice thing about doing it on the fly. It's like, oh man, all this stuff's happening. It's like exciting. I even loaded your roaches back up, and they're safe. But yeah, the expansions, just get them up sooner. This one would have definitely been done already, and this one would be close to done. And then you could have all these units, even, well, maybe not still attack, because you only were able to do that because these Hellions are out of position. But you could start planning for another drop. You know, make sure you get anti-air though, since he's going for so many Banshees. Just make sure you have some anti-air. Now, of course, if you see Banshees moving out like this, you could do a ground attack. Now it's a little bit risky. Now, of course, he does have a lot of Hellions, but you know, in this tank. But I mean, if you're able to get in there and do some more damage, you could force those Banshees back home. And if they don't go back home, then yeah, at least you're doing some good damage because those Banshees aren't there to help out. So, I mean, yeah, you see a harass like this, you could maybe counterattack, but only because you know that, you know, you just nailed a lot of his force. He doesn't have a lot. You could counterattack. You know, he's looking like he needs to do some good damage. Cancellation, I don't feel like that was really necessary. And now your drones are being transferred after it was cancelled. Let's see, drone counts. Drone count's actually really darn nice too. I like this a lot. As if you're checking the expansion, Banshees might be coming back to check that out. But you have a bunch of units here, yeah. So yeah, you haven't sent them down there, just maybe a little bit sooner next time. And wow, actually another dropping back. Very nice, very nice. This is what I like to see. With this kind of play, you could make it into Masters pretty easily. If you got the expansion up a little bit sooner. So this is pretty nice. If you ladder a lot, yeah, definitely Master kind of play here. You know, Masters will screw up a lot of things. You know, I'm not talking about like High Masters. High Masters actually do a pretty darn good job, but lower end Masters will screw up a lot of these things. And that's okay. You know, like if you do a drop back here, and you just end up losing all your guys, like at least you tried. Like that is a huge bonus to me. Like at least you tried. Some people are scared to do that, and it's just a good habit to get into, so that you'll just keep practicing it. You know, if you keep doing it, you keep screwing it up, sooner or later you'll get it done well. You know, it's got to keep practicing it. Assuming you play enough games. You know, if you don't play enough games, if you just play here and there, then maybe it'll take a while to get better at that. But yeah, this is actually a really nice play. If every drop doesn't go perfectly, don't worry about it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, so your drones are doing a little bit of remote mining. You're actually remote mining at a very good time. I mean, you could actually move some of these guys, but after you have so many drones here, a couple of them are bouncing back and forth. It doesn't look like that actually. It looks like you have exactly enough here, but you might want like 1 or 2 here, but the rest, yeah, you can remote mine. That's all right. Have some here, have some there, have all that good stuff. And Terran is suddenly in a terrible position. He's in he's only got these many guys. In this position, Terran needs to use his army extremely efficiently. Like his Banshee went up there, denied that expansion. That was good, but he just doesn't have enough. So all the people that I'd say you could start dropping. This is kind of the kind of thing that starts happening because you're dropping. Like the drops don't have to go perfectly, but you're going to be able to do some good freaking damage. Alright, so let's not harp on that too much. Let's move it along. Roach is like, you know what, you're setting me on fire, big deal, I'm regenerating even faster. Roach is coming in here. Carbon Trace, man. Nice playing. Nice going. Hellions trying to do what they can. Here, up, dead queen. Oh well. Once you get these faraway expansions going, like, I don't mean like you have a bunch of drones there. I mean like once they're finished, like the hatchery's finished and you have a couple of drones here, just morph a couple into spine crawlers and spore crawlers. I mean, this base is actually really far away from your main group. With that in mind, you're going to need a little bit of defense, especially since he's going for Hellions. And no matter what, against Terran or even against Protoss, no matter what, they're going to have some kind of unit that's able to just swing in here and do some good damage. Like they could have Marines and Marauders and just drop. They could have these Hellions, Protoss could have Blink Stalkers, there's always some kind of unit that can make their way across here. So since this is so far away, put up some Spine Crawlers, and then if he attacks with this main force there, if he attacks with a small group of Hellions like this, your Spines are going to take care of him, you're going to be fine. If he attacks with more than that, then you have a couple of, the Spines to take care of some of the army. You are probably going to lose his hatchery, but since it is so far out of the way, you're able to just counterattack. Do a massive counterattack, kill off a lot of command centers here. He's trying to massive expand right now, and he'll just lose. So I mean, with that in mind, you're gonna be able to do it. Like it's kind of like, so what? I lost a hat trick. You just lost the game, man. Trading a hat trick for the entire game type of thing. So it doesn't always work out. Just because I say it doesn't always work out, but in most cases it will. And that was really cool. Yep, nice one game. I didn't really do much. I just counterattacked at a good time. I just had a couple of Spines in the back of my base, and he attacked it, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna kill it. So, it is just awesome. That's, looks like these infestors are just hanging around, and you are doing good damage, so yeah, you actually pretty much did what I said, but, I'm just stressing it for other people. Oh wow, even some more mutas. Alright, so these Banshees are gonna die. So yeah, very nicely played. I like that a lot, Carbon. I do. Big thumbs up to you. Thanks everyone for showing your support, especially if you're watching this live. I respect it a lot. Even if you're the one guy watching, like even more respect there. Because I am trying to make this grow. I think last time I said I'm going to try not to harp on things so much, and I actually probably harped on things more. So next time I'm really going to try not to talk about things in such great detail. Let's pick up, or actually okay, here's a good idea. I think I'm going to make a fundamental thing where I pretty much go over everything. Go over all these little things I'm talking about. Army movements, units to get in certain times when to expand. And then when I'm talking about this analysis, I can just talk about a little bit and just reference the fundamental game. So I think that would be really cool. Speed this along, 1, 2, 3, get off a lot of replays, and it'll just be like a nice like that fundamental thing would be like a nice little key, and then you can just watch it. I don't know if you want to comments about that. You know, you think it's a good idea or a bad idea. If you're watching live, you know, ask me right now because I'm going to be taking questions, or tell me right now anyway. If you're not watching live, if you're watching a video, post it on Team Liquid. That's where I check most. If you put it in the video, I'll still check it. I'll still see it, but it might take a couple days. But I mean, you know, just hear some feedback. You know, tell me what I'm doing good. Tell me what I'm doing bad. Do I need to not talk about things as much? I can't really do anything about the graphics right now. If you don't like the graphics, if you hate my 5x4 screen, I can't do anything about it. I'm sorry. You know, I gotta wait for a new monitor. Hopefully I'll get one for Christmas. If I don't get one for Christmas, I'm probably gonna buy myself one around that time. So it is coming. It's coming, alright? Don't worry about it. But you know, otherwise, what can I improve on? And do you think doing this fundamental thing and then referencing it is a good idea or not? So you know, give me some feedback on that. Let's see, put that overlay up. And now I'm gonna start taking questions, so put them up. I know there's only one of you right now. I don't know what else is going on today. It seems kind of like a dull Sunday. Like it's rainy out, it's cloudy. People just want to chill. They're not hyped about watching an analysis type thing or whatever, you know. So I understand if people don't want to watch right now. Maybe get into some other good stuff. Let's see, let's pop this out. Close that up. Where's the pop out? There we go. See, I can't read it yet. Come on, load. Come on, internet. Keep it together, Twitch. Keep it together. I need this, man. What the heck's going on? Huh, it's actually taking a long freaking time. Oh, there it is. Okay. Losing and trying to take a cheap shot at the winner is low. What was that referencing? I don't remember. Oh, you're asking if it is low? Losing and taking a cheap shot. What do you mean by cheap shot? Like verbally, or like doing dropping his base or something, or what? Or like playing another game against him and just like cheesing him or something, or what? Oh, okay. I don't know. Whatever you. I mean, if you're just like, I mean, I would say like if you win a game, or I mean, if you lose a game, um, you know, don't throw up BM. Just try to have good sportsmanship. I don't know if that's what you meant. Um, yeah, I mean, just try to be cool about it, you know. So I mean, everyone's here to have a good time. Taking a cheap shot like that. Some people take it right. Some people are like, haha, yeah, I know, I suck. You know, but then other people actually take it pretty darn seriously. Like StarCraft is a serious thing to a lot of people. So I mean, I'd say in that regard, try not to do that because, like, I don't know if you have bad days. I certainly have bad days. Whereas like if I lose and someone like throws down some BM at me, I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear this right now, and I'll get like seriously pissed off. So I mean, there's other days where I'm just like, yeah, I know, I suck, ha ha. You know, I play along and it's all good, but I don't know. There's just certain days. I'm not listed. I think I am listed on TL when I'm live. It's just like at the very bottom or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'll check it out, make sure. Um, any other things? Like, what do you think about my idea with doing this fundamental thing, and maybe even breaking it down into like separate videos, and I can reference like, oh, you know, this is like video one. You know, if you want more to learn more about it, you can like look at this video and do it that way. Um, so I think that'd be really cool. Yeah, make SCVs. Make some freaking SCVs. Everyone needs to work on SCVs. I mean, that's something that's not easy to get. Like, you know, like for Zerg, it might be a little bit easier because you're like, oh, okay, it's whenever I'm not making units, I need to make drones. You know, that's easy, right? Yeah, you do like the idea. That's cool. Yeah, right. So I mean, I feel like, I mean, this is my 5th episode. I feel like the 5th one is not much different than the first one with the material I'm going over. So with that in mind, it's kind of like, okay, well, let's just put it all together, and then I can just reference it, and we just blast through a lot of replays at once. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty tired out. I'm pretty darn hungry, actually. Warm up some Chinese food. I actually bought like $40 worth of Chinese food the other day, and I'm still eating it. I was just like, you know what? If you're gonna go out and get something, you might as well go big. Get a whole bunch of food. Oh, they're good leftovers. Whatever, it's all good. So I'm actually starving right now. So without any more questions, I am going to say adios and head out. So I don't know if you guys have any more questions. Feel free to post on TL. That's a good way of showing your support. Just post on my TL, thread, and that'll just get more people into it because they'll see the thread and be like, oh, I can send some replays here and all that good stuff. And yeah, so if you want to show your support, you think I'm good enough for that, please help me. I'm trying to make this a bigger thing. Thanks, Carmen. I hope to see you next week. Yeah. So, this is Magic signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I might be doing some casting on Tuesday. Otherwise, I'm actually kind of coaching someone on Tuesday, so I might not. Plus, it would be nice to just have a day off. I haven't had like a nice day off in a while. So, otherwise, next week I might be doing some more casting. I mean, some more analysis because I do have some days off. I have this. Was it like Friday the 2nd of December through, Tuesday off? So I might schedule a couple of extra analysis days then. So if you are looking to send in some more replays, that is a good time to do so, like right now, and you'll just get it done at that time. It won't be like a couple of weeks later. It'll be like right then. So send them in. It'll be fast. It'll be good. So, anyways, adios.